I was only 5 years old, and those young eyes seen a lot of things, and believe me, it guided me to the best thing you ever want to know: respect. Respect. If I had my choice, it would be the Marines, because they showed you and taught you and trained you the way they should have been. Discipline. It's a big thing in the Marine Corps.
Hi, this is Bruce Lindsay working with Elizabeth Gallo on our continuing project to document the stories of veterans. Today we are with World War II veteran Charlie Wolfe. Charlie served in the United States Navy during World War II. At the end of World War II, Charlie was discharged from the Navy. He later enlisted in the United States Marine Corps, where he served during the Korean War.
My name is Charles Wolfe. I'm 94, 97, 97. And I was in World War II and Korea. I never went over to Korea, but I had the breaks. That's all it was, is breaks. But I enjoyed being in the service at the time because I was real young. I was only 16 in the beginning and ended up 17. And it was a lot of fun, but I seen a lot of things that I didn't like, because where's this person getting the next meal? They were hungry. People on the street. That was in the
In the 30s, you mean?
30s, yeah. That's what I was trying to get out. I was in the 30s, and I was only 5 years old, and those young eyes seen a lot of things, and believe me, it guided me to the best thing you ever want to know: respect. Respect. And same way with the Marine Corps or Navy. I enjoyed being in the Navy, but if I had my choice, it would be the Marines, because they showed you and taught you and trained you the way they should have been. Discipline. It's a big thing in the Marine Corps. I know a lot of people, maybe guys who are watching this film or something like that, might say, well, I didn't think it was so great or anything. But you always have somebody that complains. Never give a good thing, but I'm giving the Marine Corps a good thing because I enjoyed it. And I was just a little guy. I wasn't even no 5'7" tall.
So do you want to go through how old you were when you first went in the Navy? And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I was?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the military or
About
what?
how you had to go to Harrisburg with your father?
Oh, yeah, I did. I had to go to Harrisburg with my father and everything because he could sign it and put me in the service. Now, I had a brother already there, but he was older, 2 years older, and he was already over and out in the sea and everything. Matter of fact, he was on a worst kind of ship he could be on during a war, a oil tanker. Yeah, anybody, but he was in a battle, but he never got hurt. Never got hurt. He got home. He lived to be 63. I'm the oldest one in my family, and I don't know why, because my father died at 50. My oldest brother died at 20. My mother died at 84. My fourth brother, he died at 93. And here I am going up the ladder. So I have a friend he's 1 year older than me. He goes to the mission down here, and we have a good time talking and working things out, or whatever. So, but it's unreal. It's unreal.
So when you went in, where did you go to boot camp?
Which one? Navy?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Lake Geneva.
Oh yeah. Lake what?
Geneva.
Oh yeah, Lake. No, that was boot camp. Yeah, that's right, in the Navy. Camp Lejeune, not Camp Lejeune, but I can't think of it.
Lake Geneva, New York.
Lake Geneva in New York, New York State.
And that
Matter of fact, I caught. Huh?
That was in 1944.
Yeah, yeah, right in the beginning of the end of 44, and when it changed over, then I was another year older. So that's why I had picked that date to go for it. So, but I'm glad. It was really a wonderful thing. But people, that's hard to believe. People sitting here listening to me, thinking that what kind of idiot is he? Likes that for, I should have been an all-timer. I should have been a 20-year man. So, but I have a nephew or grandson who did take my advice. He was working up at the store up here on Carlisle Pike, and I seen him in there, and he said, "How hard?" He says, "Pap, how are you doing?" I said, "I'm doing fine." And what can I do for you? He says, "Well," he says, "I'm thinking about joining the military." I said, "Well, what are you thinking on?" He said, "The Marines." I said, good, go. You ain't got nothing out here. There ain't nothing out here for to give you a lifetime of enjoyment or anything. All you have to do is go. And by golly, he did. You want to know something? Stayed for 20 years. 20 years. I said, "You found something pretty good in there." "Yeah," he said, "it's pretty good, Pap." He said, "When I got discharged," he said, "I came home," and he said, "Next day or so, I got a letter in the mail from the Marine Corps. They wanted to hire him back to what he did." And he had something to do with the money end, the pay. And yet they hired him back, and now he'll have 2 retirements. How about that?
So when you were in the Navy in World War II, after boot camp, you went down to Florida. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
What was the ship you were on?
Huh?
What was the ship you were on?
Oh, J. Fred Talbert, AG-81. So the AG is auxiliary gunboat. That's what it was from World War One. But we just survived. That's all, But it was really a great time and a great place to go. Because I don't know what I'd have done after I got out of school. So, but I did, and I got my diploma under the GI Bill. I wanted that diploma. So
What did your ship do out of Florida? What was it? What was the job of the AG?
what we did was we helped Navy flyers, and what they did, our ship would be the target, and they would shoot dummy torpedoes at us, and they were supposed to go underneath. This one dent put a hole right in the side of the ship. I didn't even have to ask for it. But I really think a lot of it. You know, I look back, I think back to some of the days now, as old as I am. But it's great. You're enjoying that picture.
Yeah. That's a handsome guy right there. There's a lot of men here.
Yeah.
I wonder how many of these guys are still around. Do you stay in touch with any of them?
Well, the guy standing beside me was a local boy. We went in together. He's no longer with us. He died of cancer. And that Don Shope from Mechanicsburg. Yeah, I don't know how many. You get a picture and you hang it on the wall and let it go.
So after your ship was damaged, they took you up to Boston eventually, I think.
Yeah, Boston. Yeah.
And then you went on to another ship.
Yeah, went on to a carrier. Let's see. I'm trying to think of the names of carriers. You don't have them.
This would have been towards the end of the war, though, right?
Yeah. So it's let's see. I can't get a picture of it. I was on 2 carriers. What we were doing, do you know what we were doing? Tearing the guns and stuff and preserving the ship because the war was over. And that's what we were doing. So I can't think of the titles. That's been a long time. That's been a long time.
So after the war was over, you had been in for a few years. What happened when you got out?
I went back to my old job. They told me I had my old job when I came back. And I worked for a tile company and I did floors for 40 years. And of course, I ended up like this. 2 of them. But let's see. Yeah, I worked on them. I worked on them for 44 years. Almost 40 years, yeah.
Putting in tile on your knees?
Yeah, tile, ceramic tile, carpet, linoleum. In my day, the linoleum was still the 6-foot roll. You know, you had to make a seam. You always had to make a seam. And then when they come out with 12-foot sheeting, boy, that was a great. It was, you could do the whole kitchen in one shot. But it was great. It just couldn't ask for anything better. How many times have you been in the service? Twice, and come out with not even a pinch on your arm.
Yeah. So tell the story about how you had to go in the reserves after the Navy and what happened there.
Yeah. Well, I had to go to the Navy recruiting and sign in. That's what they told me at
Discharge?
Discharge, yeah. And I said, okay. So I went, and he says, I'm sorry, sir. He said, we can't accommodate you because we're all filled up. I said, well, what do I do? I said, I got to sign in. Well, go across the street to the Marine Corps. They're part of the Navy. Yeah, I know that. But I said, I'll go over and see what they can do for me. Man, when I went over there and come out the door, I was already signed up. The Marines. See, because what they were doing was drafting the reserves. That's what they were doing, and that's what I was, a reserve. So
where did they send you?
Paris Island, that's a beautiful place. I'd like to go back someday and see it. So, have you ever been back?
I have been.
Yeah, really, see? And I was in there, well, I think 13 weeks we had, wasn't it?
It's changed over the years. I don't know exactly how many.
Well, that's true too. But I think boot camp was 13 weeks long. So, but got through there, and after being in the Marine Corps for about a year or two, and the captain come down and he says, I'm going to muster you guys up. And he said, I want everybody out here. So they all come out and everything. He says, we're going to Korea. I thought, oh boy, don't like that at all. But he said, there's 3 men here and they have the right to make a choice. And I was one of them because I was in the Navy before World War I, too. And anybody that was in the Marine or in the service, the military, the World War II, don't have to go. You can either go or you can say sign off. I'm signing off right now. So didn't have to go. Didn't have to go to Korea. Were you over?
Not in. I've been to Korea, but many years later.
Yeah. So, well.
So you stayed on active duty though?
Yeah, I was active duty for a while, and then all of a sudden they called me up and I had to go, and it was just nothing really about it, it wasn't nothing important or anything. It was just they called me up and said that you'll be going, and then I got the okay, I won't be going. So how lucky can you get?
So what was the story you were telling about when you were in Camp Pendleton, and what did they have you do there?
Camp Pendleton?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was Camp Pendleton or Camp Lejeune, where they put you on guard duty?
Yeah. Put me on guard duty. I was a prisoner chaser. And I had to go up to San Francisco and grab this one guy. He was home. So I went there. They gave me all the paying, didn't have to pay anything or anything. But I was a sergeant then. They put another stripe on me. And because they wanted a stripe on a sergeant for me. That's what they did it for, me. So I went, rapped on the door and everything, and this little lady comes and she says, can I help you, sir? I said, yes, I'm looking for Private so-and-so. Oh, he's right in the back room. So I went in and I said, may I come in? She said, sure. So I went in and I said, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be on duty in Camp Pendleton. Yeah, I know, but I went over the hill. He said, I was just tired of it. I said, well, don't we all get tired? But some people don't. That was one of them. But that was my only duty, though. That was the only. They only needed a sergeant to go to get this boy, and I went. So funny, huh? You never expected a story like this, did you?
Everybody's story is unique.
Yeah.
Are there any other stories you know of that he's told that?
Oh, I know one. We went to Camp Pendleton. We were out on the rifle range, okay? And the DI was there for the weekend. He was a master sergeant. We had a master sergeant for DI. And he dropped us off. We went in and did what we do normally inside in tents and stuff. That was in a tent. And Friday night came, no food. Saturday, no food. Sunday, no food. And boy, did they ever rack him. 72 hours without eating is a malfunction for the men. It was to, the men were all, well, we were eating candy and cookies and everything, whatever we could find. That's what it was. So, but it was something. But he did get canned. All 6 stripes were taken from him. Yep. He worked for years for that and was overseas and everything. But so then after they caught him, they asked him and he said, well, why did you do something like this? This is dumb. He says, my brother was killed in Korea. That's why I went out on a bender. Well, I said, I can't blame him for that.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I'd be drinking too. So, well, anything else?
No, you talked about your career. You want to talk about your family at all, or
What?
You want to talk about your family, or anything else?
Well, that's my wife out there. She's a little woman. And this boy, he's a big boy. But him and I are buddies. We never speak bad words towards each other. Never. We just have a relationship that everybody, hard to believe. But I'm proud of it.
Were there any other activities you did after, when you lived here for a long time? Was there anything else you were involved in besides your family?
Not here. Would we have anything go here?
Well, you did work a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did. I worked day and night.
Yeah.
Back in those days.
What company was it?
Oh, floor tile, Bellwood Company.
He worked for several different companies.
That's in New Cumberland.
Oh, yeah.
It was on the main street.
Bridge Street.
Bridge Street, yes, right across from, right from 3rd Street.
Mm-hmm.
I lived down there for a while. I built 2 houses down there. So that's part of my things from the past. Building, I had that shell built, and then I'd take over because I had the talent to do this, talent to do that, and it meant a lot. I got my hardwood floors all put in for nothing. And that's really pay something.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all skills that you learned in the Marine Corps.
But back in the 50s, the housing trend was really booming.
Mm-hmm.
because soldiers were coming home, everybody was coming home, and they wanted to buy homes. Hell, they didn't have enough homes for everybody. So they had to, wait until they built them. But they did.
Well, that was commercial work that he was doing too.
Yeah.
Well. So there was a lot of schools and colleges. And
yeah, I did the big stuff.
So what are some of the things you learned in the military that you used in the rest of your life?
I don't know. The rest of my life?
Yeah. Do you have any other things that you learned? You mentioned like the respect and the discipline.
Well, yeah. Well, I learned how to do work with tools, earth augers, and all that kind of stuff. Power saws, and all in school. I was in school at Camp Lejeune. So, yeah.
What was your occupation in the Marine Corps? Was it an engineer or?
No, I was a carpenter.
Carpenter.
Okay. Carpenter, yeah. That's what they were teaching me. And then, man, when I come back from out there, I got this house and remodeled it, and it's still the same as it was then.
And how long you've been in this house since when?
50-some years.
1968.
Yep. 50-some years. I think it's 55 or something like that.
What's that?
I think it's 55 years we've been here.
Oh, yes.
40 since 49.
No, we've been here since 68.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And you built most of this house?
Well, I didn't build it. I just remodeled it.
Oh, this house was built in 1899.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. This is over 100.
Rebuild it.
Yeah, I had that put in, and the walls were loaded with wallpaper. I had to scrape all of them off, and it was quite a job. Quite a job. I worked 20 years on the whole house. So, and that was on spare time too, in the evening.
Any questions for him?
So you've been around a long time.
Yes.
You're clearly a hard worker and you appreciate life. What
Yeah.
would be your advice to younger people, your
Well,
grandkids, or just younger people that you meet?
Well, first of all, I did one thing wrong when I was in the service. I took up smoking. And now I'm paying for it. I got to work those inhalers every day and so forth. But I advise, I never drank. And there's your secret. I didn't drink. Smoking I got away with. But here, drinking, I never drank, never got tattoos on my arms or nothing like that. I didn't see. You don't have any.
Nope, none here either.
See?
Grandma said if God wanted them there, he put them there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's pretty cute. Yep. I never drank, never tattoos either, I never liked that. I wasn't scared of it, but man, what they charged, so I didn't have it. So I gave up. I lived my life, and heck, before I knew it, I was old. But it's really something. I enjoyed the Marine Corps. I'll tell you. I liked the Navy, but I enjoyed the Marine Corps more because they were teaching me something.
Mm-hmm.
Discipline. Did you ever get disciplined?
I went to Catholic school. Yes, I did.
Because I'll tell you, that's what they thrive on, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
From
Yep.
the day you walk in and off of that bus, that's it. I'm involved in that club down there, you know.
Which one is that?
Oh, the Mission.
Oh, Mission Barbecue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mission Barbecue. And hell, I'm a hero there too. So I don't know.
Well, they do treat veterans well there, don't they?
Yeah. Yep. They feed you brother. Every man that served in World War II gets to eat free. I go down once a week and eat free.
Yeah.
But I've been eating steaks lately.
Good for you.
Yeah. But it's great. Them people are so wonderful down there. They come and pick me up and deliver me at the because I don't drive anymore.
Mhm.
See, I gave my license up because when I started to go out at night, the lights are so bright you can't see
Hmm.
and everything. So I told them, I said, this is it. Sell my car. Sold it. That's it. Gave up. So now I have to depend on somebody else.
Mhm.
But that's part of the game.
You mentioned that there's a friend of yours around here who's a World War II veteran.
Yeah, his name is
Irvin Gers?
he's down there. All you have to do is come.
Irvin Gers?
Yeah.
We know Irvin. Yeah.
Wait a minute. His name
Irv.
is
Irv. Yeah.
Irv. Yep.
Yep.
He's
That's
our
it.
buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see Irv's recording on our site.
Yeah.
He goes to McDonald's every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to go together.
Yep.
We drove.
I
Yeah,
used to go
he's a
out there
great guy,
too,
too.
but since I gave him a car, I don't bug anybody to go anyplace. I had a lot of children.
How many?
Well, I had 4 daughters to the first marriage. And when I married this one, she had 3 sons, and he come along. And here we are, we got 4. Keep adding them up, boy.
Blended family of 9.
Oh, I
How
got
many grandkids?
6 grandchildren, great-grandchildren. Then I don't know how many great-greats and great-great-great.
Oh my gosh.
I just,
Great.
yeah. It's when you have that many kids, boy, they fly everywhere.
Yeah,